transformation agenda of Nigeria, you will realize in the southwest, the target commodity crops, oil palm, cocoa, rice, cassava, livestock, and fisheries, 4 of those crops are also the priority crops for Ogun State agricultural sector. So there could be some complementarity between the federal ATA, as it's called, Agricultural Transformation Agenda, and that of the agricultural-led programs in the state. Because, as I said, there should always be subsidiarity. It's not from federal government, but from the local government of the state to the state government, then to the federal government. In that way, you capitalize on the principle of subsidiarity. But some of the strategies for agricultural transformation, I just want to give some general ones, is first of all, identification of market opportunities and constraints for the state. Then the development of sustainable and efficient competitive production systems. Then diversify income generation activities through expanded utilization. Like for cassava, there are 1,000 uses of cassava, but only few are known in Nigeria, so diversify the utilization base. There is also infrastructure investments, private sector leadership, supportive fiscal policies, policy options for increasing the productivity, utilization, and commercialization, and as important, accessible market information system to the farmers. Then the government should always catalyze the development of viable commercial enterprises. In the case of Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, some of the key elements that led to significant improvement of the agricultural sector is one, long-term investment, technology upgrading, institutional reforms, and changes in state-society relations. And having read quite a lot from the literature and also from the media, I want to say at this point, Ogun State is in the right direction, and it could do better by moving on with some of the other things I will put on. But I know there are policy initiatives and programs underlining commitments to be business and investment friendly and to create the best investment destination in Africa. I am a Sierra Leonean, and we also have the same principle. And if you may have heard this morning, the one-stop shop for investors to come and get their business going in a country is very important, because it used to be a bottleneck for many direct foreign investments in the past years. Then to provide the enabling environment for investors at all levels, recognize the need to upgrade infrastructure, the land acquisition policy we heard about this morning, supporting existing farmers and investing heavily to attract and support large-scale farming and value addition in the form of agricultural processing. Then attention of investment policy to the PPP we have had in all the presentations this morning. But the key is to make full utility of the agricultural value chain, which is an holistic approach, moving you from the inputs, production, right on to marketing, consumption, and the affiliated interventions such as public research, information, public extension, collaboration, and promotion projects, as well as infrastructure, the legal framework, that is the laws and taxes, and other ancillary activities like trade promotion, fairs, and so on, producer associations, advisory, joint marketing, and business development services, called commonly BDS. But having done all these things, I will take the case of Nigeria in general and Ogun State in particular, referring to some examples of industries in Ogun State. I'll be referring to one, the Eka Agro that used to be on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. I'll refer to the Thai farms around Shagamu. I'll also refer to the Agro-Ally Atlantic ethanol industry. These have become aware of the potential of cassava, in this case cassava, and they have captured that awareness to develop their industries because they know it's profitable. But one problem that Ogun State needs and Nigeria in general needs to solve is the one that will ensure the regularity of supply in sufficient quantities of uniform and high quality products to the market. That's a big challenge. The Eka Agro at the expressway suffered from that. Thai farm is suffering from that right now. It's not producing to capacity. Allied Atlantic are supposed to be requiring about 260 tons of cassava tubers a day. They are getting averagely about 80 tons of cassava a day. That's a big problem. But the reason for that is the yields in farmer fields are still low. And the reasons why they are low are many. And there are many players that have to come to make sure that that increase in yield is translated to transfer of the products to these agro-industries. So therefore, there must be an efficient and effective supply chain with lower cost of production. The necessary inputs that should go with cassava to increase its yield. BBC, CNN in America had a program with the Zimbabwean farmers in Kwara State. That's where they declared themselves, the Zimbabwean farmers, that they were getting 50 tons per hectare in their farms. But Nigeria, what's the national average? Is about 11, 12 tons per hectare. So we need to improve that to at least 25 tons per hectare with at least moderate input. Then the other thing to lower down the cost of production and even increase yield is that we must mechanize, because hired labor in Nigeria in the last 20 years has increased fourfold in real terms. Then we need to consider land development, and I think it was presented this morning that Ogun State is doing that. That's why I said they're in the right direction, but we allude to that later. And then, why most of the national agricultural development programs failed in Nigeria was because of the inadequate extension service. So if Ogun State should ensure that the farmers practice the best management practice so that they can enhance their productivity and production, there must be strengthened extension service.
You're watching live coverage of the second edition of the Ogun State Investors Forum holding in Abeokuta, the state capital. This coverage will continue in the course of today's broadcast. In the meantime, coming up next is News Track at the top of the hour.